Oh, yes, there we go. Hello, everybody. It has been a little while, like 2 weeks or something, at least since I recorded with my face cam on. So, hello. Glad to be back. So, some of you noticed, like I mentioned in my last video, that uh, basically constantly working on the game takes a lot out of me. So, I've been taking a lot of breaks. I'm really only probably making progress about 1 and 2 hours on average on the game, but that's still quite a bit. I've actually got way more done than I would have expected, so I definitely don't mind taking a little bit of time out of the day and playing some Temtem. Good old Temtem. See if we can find some comp matches. I tried to get on a little bit earlier in the day, see if we can get some stuff. I was actually playing, like, I've actually been playing like 2-3 matches every day, so I've completed most of my weeklies. I was running back and forth in Park. It's actually a good Park week. Bigu is one of the Lumas I've wanted, and actually got one really quick. I I got it yesterday. I was just watching some more tutorials on game design, and ta-da, it was there. So I already stacked them with all the egg moves. They're relatively cheap. And so now I'm like, oh great, what am I going to have in the background of today's stream? Well, I just picked up a Zyzare radar. I think there's a decent chance Zyzare gets something soon, especially since we have word that the balance patch competition, the patch notes that were created for that, they were at least shown to the Crema balance team, so there's a decent chance that people realize. No, that maybe Zyzare will get narco hit, maybe it won't. Maybe we will see some other changes. I know some of the other players were asking for Zyzare to get significant speed, maybe at the cost of some of its other stats. But either way, I think we could see some changes to Zyzare soon. It is one of the Tems that kind of floats around the lower tiers, hasn't had a lot of change to it in a long time. And I do like the thing. Its shiny may look like a long turd, but that's okay. Mads, hello, and Collector. Glad to see you as well. Are you planning on streaming today? Play some more TFT or something? Or no, it's Saturday. I guess it's your day off. Hope you're having a relaxing day. I guess you're probably on mute. It actually tells me you're on mute. I didn't know. Just chilling? Okay. Maybe you're not. Alright. Interesting. I wonder why it has the little symbol next to you. I don't know if you can see it, but it's just like... Normally on mute. Gotcha, gotcha. Might go watch UFC. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of just going to be a chill stream too, because PvP is still really slow. It's about 10-minute queues on average. Also, once you get towards the end of the week, most people aren't farming their weeklies as much, so it's just less of a reason to play. Because I know a lot of people still just play their matches to get the feathers, get the pansuns that you get from the weekly missions. But you can do them all in 4 days if you win enough. Or I guess 5 if you only play 2 matches and win every single one. But that means just on the weekend, there's not as much to do. I guess I didn't even talk about my team. It's the same team I used in the tournament last weekend. There was going to be a tournament. There was a tournament this weekend, but for me it was at like 5 in the morning, so it wasn't really something I was going to participate in. It was the next tournament in the Tempetitive circuit. But yeah, this is the team. I'm not going to click on it because it'll cancel queue. It's basically my core of the Nature Chromion Amphitheater and Obi combo, which having fast digi damage is super valuable, and Nature Chromion has the best defensive type of all the Chromions, while still offering offensive coverage. Grandpa is something I've been trying because Bully got buffed and I didn't really touch it. It was only 5%. But it combos well with the Plagues, Plasma Beam, Fiery Soul, and I even have Toxic Ink on the Psypat, so it can get a lot of value. And with double digis, I can also get the speed boost from Hurricane and get value off of that. So it's actually been performing pretty well. It's just it's got serious stamina issues. It's got like a 2-turn stamina rotation. because I have hand fan on it. But if I compare it with Obi, it passes the fake beard since it's actually a source rep Obi. Psypat's very typical. Like I said, I just have Toxic Ink in the flex slot. Aohi honestly just gets banned all the time. I think it gets banned in like 80% of games because it's my only fire and my only mental. Lawali, it's a bit of a slower Lawali, only 232 speed. But it's just my typical Lawali set. I've been running the same set since, I don't know, 0.8. I don't know, whichever patch Arbory dropped, I've pretty much been running the same Lawali. You have it set like that, the mute symbol, because it's normally can't hear. Gotcha. I didn't actually know that was a setting. I know that I don't have it when I'm on mute. But I didn't know it was a setting. Might have to look into that. Like the stream setup? Thank you. I've changed it around quite a few times. I've got some other ones, but this one is the one that seems the easiest. I'm able to have the team codes at the bottom, which I made a video on. It's just to offer nice and easy code access for anyone who wants good teams. Kind of easy to refer to. Got the music set up and win ratio, chat, and everything. I debated on making the actual Temtem screen bigger because that's what y'all are here for, but I think it's good. Weasley, hello, welcome. Looking to make a team around Mulgu. I have recommendations from what to add to the team. First thing that comes to mind when I think of Mulgu is pair it with a Parry or Mashuk. Those two are like a really great combo because digital can't be resisted. And Mashuk is faster than Mulgu, so you can get a perfect jab into just about anything, and then have Mulgu Faraday Cage. It'll be synergy, because it's paired with Mashuk, and it just does loads of damage. I did do like a defense drop team video where I do have a Mulgu on it, and I do use that combo. So I'd probably recommend something similar to that. As far as like what other Tems you could add... Let's see. I mean, usually having another toxic type is nice. It's just, you could do something like Stare Noxolotl, Stare Turbo, but Mulgu doesn't really need speed. It doesn't get a whole lot of value off of that. It's not like Mulgu. So Mulgu's not really a Tem that you're going to build a team around. It's usually you're going to have a lot of Tems that have a similar game plan to Mulgu. So you'll have lots of other slow, bulky damage dealers. So stuff like Tyrannak would do alright with it. Zyzare, Gario. Basically, any slow bruiser you could probably throw on a team with Mulgu and see some amount of success. Something like Garunder. Garunder's good. They're basically at the same speed tier. You get Faraday Cage synergy. Looks good, smooth. Chat running on the side. Go full screen now, though. I don't even know if it'll work right now. Oh no, I haven't really modified the other setups, and my mic keeps bugging out for whatever reason. It's just like OBS decides to delete my mic, so I gotta replace it whenever I switch scenes now. I feel like, if anything, I'd have it full screen during the battles, because that's the parts that people really care about. Like, right now, it's just like... nobody cares too much about me murdering some worms. Saw the video with Mastio, Babo, Turok, Tuvain, Volgan, Mimit. Yes, Volgan, that's right. That's another one I really like with it, instead of Nox, probably, because it gets Stare. You also get Beef Up. Because, like, they're the same, but they're different. And then you also get Refreshing Diabolo, still get synergy, and you're not stacking weaknesses that way. Babo I still really like. I've struggled to find the perfect team for it. You know, if that was just to test out if they were actually optimal with him. No. I've tried. That's like the third variation of the team, just updated for the patch. The team doesn't change a whole lot. I mean, I've swapped out Mimit before. I had Zyzare before. Funny enough, because it gets Piercing Wheel, and with just like 5 or 10 points in speed, Zyzare can outspeed everything else on the team with Piercing Wheel, but still underspeed everything else with Stone Ball. And paired with Rested, it makes a really great combo. You can also throw 2-wire on the team, because that combos well with Toxics on also Zyzare. So I mean, it's honestly a very flexible team comp. But you're also kind of vulnerable to control. Normally I run Sentinel Molgu to help with sleep, but most sleep teams will ban Molgu. And also Splitter's a very valuable trait in itself, so, you know. Mr. Bossy, hello, welcome. Glad you can catch the stream, and thank you so much for the sub. I really appreciate it. Gonna be the last 6 months of sub coming up, probably because it'll be hard for you to watch streams, you being a lot busier. Yeah, that's completely fair. I still really appreciate all those subs nonetheless, and glad to see you kind of like interested and joining in the Discord and stuff. I don't blame you for not subbing afterwards, because streaming once a month, you get the emotes, but yeah, I'd like to stream more. It's just normally this is one of my best time slots to stream, and this is the time that typically the Just Play tournaments just ended. So it's just like, how much Temtem content do people want to consume in a day? Let's see. Fire types are bad for me. He has a Bastion, but only one other water to pair with it. So I think I'm going to take out Hazrat. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have. Maybe Hazrat would have been better because I have Grandpa. But if he banned Grandpa, then that would be really tough to deal with. Did 6 months renew always because it was cheaper to do. Yeah, I do remember that a while ago. It was like, wasn't during September even, when it was like 20% off, whatever. Don't remember exactly, but yeah. Let's see. That Bastion's still going to be a problem, and Chromion got banned. My safest pick here is just going to go with Obi. I'm surprised to see the Gario pick because I have 2 natures left. So it makes me think he's going to pair it with the Bastion. If he does that though, then Psypat's just an easy pick. Even if he was to Lava Wave the Psypat to turn off my Schween's Horn, I'd actually gain toxic damage that way, which would be kind of nice. Olaf, hello, welcome. Thank you for the follow, by the way. Appreciate that. Glad to see that notification is still working. I never really check if it is. So one of my natures is gonna be good here. Not sure which one. Probably gonna go with Amphitheater, because the longer Amphitheater stays in the field, the more damage it deals, because it has settling. Vanity homing for sure. Oh, Mueller, thank you so much for the sub as well. Really appreciate it. Okay, so he does knock out my other nature. At this point, is it even worth banning out Bastion? Probably. Collector, thank you for all those bits as well. Commutes. Sounds good, I appreciate it. I'll probably catch you on stream tomorrow if you're doing that, but yeah, for sure. Thank you so much for stopping in and leaving me up as well. Alright, gonna go with Rhino for sure. He doesn't have any mentals or waters. He's only really got Moments that can deal super effective damage, and I guess I keep forgetting melee as well, but Mashuk doesn't have any strong melee moves to use, so it more or less functions like a toxic. Because he's got a few wind resists, I'm actually not going to pick Grandpa, because Thick Skin, Garunder, Turok, and Saku would all wall Grandpa completely. That's kind of the downside of using a monotype, but when works, it works. Mordred, hello, welcome. How's it going? Let's see. I don't know if the Saku has Petal Dagger or not yet, so I can't freely swap into Saipat. I know I don't run it on mine, but I wouldn't be surprised to see it on this one. Problem is I can't break the Gario's evasion and hit it with a nature move this turn, because the only nature move I have on Amphitheater is Plague, which will outspeed Obi. I think we'll break the evasion, and I'll actually Sparks the Amphitheater. I don't think Obi dies this turn, even with a double in. I think I can take that just fine. But this Spark should put me in range to actually kill the Gario next turn. It did have Petal Dagger, so it's a good thing I didn't swap in. Good thing I didn't swap in Saipat. Nice, I even live on the Obi. That's huge. Let's play on Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. Gotta practice with your newly finished deck. Awesome, awesome. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is one I haven't played a whole lot, but I've heard a lot of great things about. It's just the randomness of the cards always kind of got to me. But I love the creativity in deck building so much, so it's kind of like a trade-off. How's Temtem? I haven't been playing a few matches a day. It's still a blast. But I mean, there's not a whole lot of people playing right now. Definitely struggles to get a lot of people to stick around nowadays, which is unfortunate, but you can't blame them too much. Yeah, Garender completely walls my Amphitheater, which is tough. Because after the recent announcements for like lack of updates, it's just there hasn't been a whole lot of interest or like desire for people to keep playing. It's very sad, but understandable as well. I think my Plague is more than that Plasma Beam. Alright. No, this isn't a great position for me at all. I want to keep Amphitheater alive because it's great against Turok and Gario. But honestly, my options are pretty limited in what I can do here. I can't put the Saku to sleep. There's a decent chance Gario just swaps in on the Saku slot here. I need to try and bring in Roller. Roller doesn't have a turn 1 Earth move, so I need to swap it in to get the hold off. Which is fine. I wanted to swap Amphitheater out of this board anyways. Even though I do have Bright Beam up, I could avoid one attack, but just that's not going to help me too much. I'm thinking now, I think I played the first 2 turns wrong. I probably should have doubled, I should have Plasma Beam, Tesla Prison to Saku, and then repeated it. Because that damage is not going to be enough to knock out this Saku right now. I think she goes for a defib. Is this going to be a Debris Typhoon on the Aohi? Narco. Oh, that's so nasty. I didn't think he'd double, and I didn't think he'd be able to take me out even if he did. I thought if he doubled, he might just use like another Petal Dagger. That's so bad for me. Now I can Bright Beam to buy a turn, unless Sasaki uses Boomerang. But this guy is playing super well, so and my options are dwindling. All he's got to do is Frond Whip my Roller right now, and he'll pretty much be in a good spot to win. Because Mashuk walls Saipat, and Amphitheater also dies real quickly to it. What I really wanted is, or it was just very unfortunate this game. because I struggled to... Yeah, I didn't have any swap-ins for Rolder either. So this team is very weak to both fires and toxics because I have so many natures. And this dude had 2 fires and 2 toxics, which made things very tough. I can probably kill Saku here. Emphasis on probably. Yeah. It hasn't even revealed a wind move yet, so I'm not sure what it's got. My amphitheater is getting stronger with... Okay, that's good. That helps. That helps. Rolder still needed one more turn in order to get Tardy Rush off, and it's just not going to happen. Oh, no, no, no. It does have it up. It does have it up. Problem is I just get heli kicked here. And I needed it for Garunder because both Amphitheater and Saipat can't really hit. I also don't know how fast this Turok is. Gonna be a bit risky. And go for the Earthbreaker on the Mashuk. John Lurk, wanna do some stuff? Sounds good. Thanks for stopping in, I appreciate it. And for the Lurk as well. That's parry Mashuk. No, it's just a high HP invest Mashuk. That's interesting. Yeah, I can't take out Mashuk quick enough here. I need 2 Tesla prisons and I don't have that kind of time. What I need to do here is survive. I need him to like split attacks or something. And even then it would be tough. Use Turbine. See, I need him to go for Wastewater. I'm a shook now. Then just maybe. Well, no, because I can't kill Garender without Saipat. That's what he realized. Yeah. Yeah, he played well. My problem was scaling Amphitheater, because I didn't pay attention to the Garender in the back. I was too busy thinking about the Gario in front of me. I did not pay attention to the Saku and how threatening that was to the things that countered Garender in the back. So that's okay. That was just a warm-up game. He played well. I'm not really mad about that loss. I think that game was definitely winnable. I think I should have focused my bans or switched them around as well. If I had banned the Mashuk or the Garender instead of the Mastion, which I was debating on, I think I would have had a lot more success that game. Because then either Saipat, insta-match, as either Saipat or Amphitheater could have done a lot more. Even though Amphitheater is weak to fire, I would have been able to hit it super effective with Tesla Prison or hit Gario, its best partner, with Plague and one-shot it. Alright, so we got triple toxic again, but no fires, so that helps. Probably going to ban Voloran, just because I don't know if it's aerobic or anaerobic, and an anaerobic one would really hurt. Just because my whole team is special attackers, besides Saipat, which loses to Vola, and Rolder, which isn't all that great of a counter. Arachnite. I mean, I even actually tried a couple games after Arachnite was found out to be bugged, just because I do love the thing and it got overclocked and I want to try it so bad. So, and even this combo, it looks like a typical Gazuma Arachnite combo, so I'm not even too mad about it. Because then if you're just sparking your own Arachnite, you're not really changing anything in how it plays. Anyways. Alright, so that Roller Band means that he's either going to lead with Garunder or with Arachnite. I think Obi's just going to be... Obi's just going to be good here. I like Obi as just my flex lead. So he does pick Garunder. He actually doubles the Garunder. Very interesting. I am relatively weak to Garunder, but that's still kind of a surprising choice. Loving the monsters. Good, I'm glad. If anyone doesn't know yet and isn't in the Discord, I do have a Discord. It should be linked on the Twitch, like on my Twitch main page, where I have been working on a game, actually developing a game. It's going to be a slow process. I'm currently working on a Pokemon-like game just to kind of warm up, get used to coding because I've never done it before. And that's going really well. But every week I've been putting out an update with a new monster design. Fully pixelated by my artist, Max Creed. Lots of great stuff he's come out with. Okay. No Amphitheater. I'm banning one of the electrics. I just don't know which one. I think it might be gold. No, we're going to go with Gazuma. Just because I can actually outspeed Golzy with like a Venomous Claws if I need to. This is going to be another tough match though. Because I'm going to have to spend a lot of resources just breaking through this lead. I'm not going to have a whole lot left after that. I mean, once again, though, not a good Grandpa game. Dude's got, like, 5 wind resists on his team. I didn't count all of them. But yeah, I think it was 5 wind resists. So it's very unusual. Normally you don't see them like that. Get some marbles damage, which is nice. Oh, interesting. Heavy armor Mimit. So why would you have heavy armor striking Mimit? That seems very strange, because then you get less value out of the speed boost then. At least change that to double screen. We know that the Garunder itself does not have bait, so I can burn it without worrying. He does turn into his own Garunder, but I don't have to be worried about him outspeeding me or anything. I'm just going to try and burn the first one down, and then we'll go from there. That did 32%. Gonna have to do another double to take it out, but that's okay. Rested Bramation Garunder. Very interesting. I like the thought. I don't like the execution. Yeah, I mean, I hope he kind of rests on the Mimit now. And I hope this Plasma Beam kills. Okay. We're doing all right. That was very strange. I don't know why you rest there. I don't even have... I have Psypad on my team for defensive Tems. See, 311 is 156 is half my health. So I can take one more Wastewater and Toxic Tick. So that means I'm good to Bush and Harmful the Arachnite. Even if he tried to switch targets on me here, he won't see a lot of success. He could potentially... Oh, it's Digiprotect Arachnite. Okay. That's not something you see every day. So, good news is, I have reset on my Obi. Bad news is, this Arachnite's a problem. I don't know what kind of moves it's got. Got microwaves, use it on the Obi. Oh, he has a lot of special attack invest. Okay. I hope this takes the thing out. Your respiration with only physical side pat. Yeah. That is what he did. Ugh. I don't like this, but I'm swapping in Saipat here. Because I need to get Obi out, because I don't know if he's going to swap this Garunder right now or not. And I'd like to save Obi for a position where he can't. Okay, he switched targets. Please double on live. No, no, yeah, that's like a max special attack Arachnite. And he had Paizo. Didn't do anything because it's like a 0 attack Mimit, but definitely not what I wanted to see. Alright, this isn't too bad. He used microwaves, and Chromion was faster with 2 prio. So I can use Toxic Ink on the off chance that he decides to swap to Golsey. It's really the only reason I would do that, but it's an okay play. Doesn't really cost me anything. Gonna put the Mimit to sleep. Because I don't want to deal with that right now. I need to take out one more Tem before I can even consider taking it out. This is why we run Jinx Whisper Add Shot instead of Hypnosis. Alright. I think that my Aohi is calced to at least live 1 hasty lunge. Uh, 34%. Yo, that killed? Not what I was expecting. Not what I was expecting at all. Well, that helps. Okay. Now my goal is to one-shot Mashuk. Problem is, my Lawali isn't all that fast. So if this Mashuk has more than 232, or my Lawali isn't all that fast. Yeah, so if this Mashuk has more than 232 speed, I could be in bad shape. Ost, hello, welcome. Last season you matched against Gabo Marcos every day. Really? This season you've seen them twice? I mean, I know a lot of people are playing less this season, especially with the Tataru thing. Please don't Paizo and please don't outspeed. Please don't Paizo and please don't outspeed. Okay. Alright, GG, we win. We're gonna do this guy dirty. Rest. Rest. Know if there's an ETA on the patch. Somebody asked if it was we were gonna see it in like a month, and they said we're not quite ready for that yet, and that was probably like a week or two ago. HCAN, hello, welcome. Getting it going today? Yeah, I mean, I got some time. Need a little break from all the coding I've been doing, and so I'm glad to play some Temtem. And this poor guy was probably hoping that he wouldn't have to get reset and sleep stalled for the next 20 turns, but that's what you get when I apparently can't deal with Garenders. He must have been waiting in queue a little while. I mean, I've thought about like what I can do to change the team. I'm not even really sure, because there's just so many things in the meta right now that you have to counter. Because you got Digiaggro, which honestly this team still loses to, but at least guy has a few options. Sleep team. I got a lot of answers against Sleep, and so I think my matchup there is pretty good. Please, I just Mono Fire ain't happening ever. No. But I mean, like, Tataru teams. I only have one mental, but I have a lot of other ways to deal with Tataru. Reset's actually a really nice counter to have for Tataru, because you can get rid of its attack raise, and so it's basically trading turns 1 for 1. They rage, you reset. You can also have the option of resetting their speed boost, because reset is very high prio, which is the same as like the +3 speed boost that Resilient gives. So as long as your OB is faster than max speed Tataru, you can always ensure that you'll be able to get it off before Tataru gets its hit off. If you got it into range to die to Resilient before then. What else is common right now? Lots of slower teams with Tyrannac. Tyrannac's really common because he's Intimidator can block Resilient, and it's nice to see. I know some people are playing around with Volarend. Like, on top of Volarend still being top tier, it also, like, Hyperkinetic Strike can actually go through Resilient on Tataru. So I know some people are abusing that, but it's like a little inconsistent. You need the second half of the damage tick. I don't know, it's just a weird interaction. I don't even fully understand. There's still quite a few bugs in the game, unfortunately. But this team, what it really does well is it kind of picks on the mid-range teams. There's a lot of different variations of mid-range, but I have decent success into like all of them. Fix that in a hotfix. They said they fixed it, but apparently they didn't. So they may not have actually realized what the problem was. But they did get that fixed out so quick that I wonder if they almost didn't do enough testing to make sure. They probably just clicked Hyperkinetic Strike on it once and saw it didn't die. But because it needed to be the second damage tick that took it down. Because Hyperkinetic Strike and Extra Energy Slam are split up into basically two halves. There's like it's two types of damage. They're very unique in that way. But for Extra Energy Slam, it does damage based on attack and based on stamina. Hyperkinetic Strike does damage based on special attack and speed. So if the Tataru is at, like, say, 20 health, the first damage portion, I'm not sure which one it is, if it's the special attack or the speed on Hyperkinetic, if that takes it down to 1, and then the other portion of speed would act as like the second damage tick, then it can bypass Resilient entirely. Same thing with egg hatching. Shush, don't tell anyone. No, I'm kind of wondering if they actually, either one, they forgot to push like half the patch out, or two, they fixed other issues, because there's probably multiple egg hatching bugs. There's probably multiple bugs with HKS and Extra Energy Slam. They've always been problematic. So maybe they fixed one of the many things. I don't know. Have to update the win rate. Getting out of practice. I did so many streams of Enchanted Arms and then come back to Temtem. It's just not used to it. Not used to it. Yeah. It'd be nice if we got some more people interested in Temtem, but I don't know how we'd ever get a large wave of people. I still see some new players here and there. I know Big Mads is relatively new. And then there's some other player as well, who I think was using some of my team codes, which is awesome to see. But it's definitely not like a new player friendly environment. When 80% of the player base has been around for over a year, at least and just in a game like Temtem where knowledge is king, it makes catching up really brutal. So that's one thing I want to somehow limit in my game, is the knowledge gap required to start. But I'm not even sure how you do that, because the thing is, the more monsters you have playable, like it's great to have the options, and I don't think anyone would complain about seeing more monsters in the game. But the fact of the matter is that the more monsters there are, the more things there are to learn. Because like even when if you go back up to like the Saponku patch, and there were like, I don't know, I'm just throwing a number out there, but like 65 fully evolved, viable Temtem. And now let's say you jump to Arbory, and all of a sudden there's like 86 or whatever there is now. Well, the knowledge gap is you have to go from learning only 68 to 86. And but if you started in Saponku, well, then you only had to learn like 18, and all of a sudden, yeah, I'm good to go. At least between the Arbory and Saponku patches. So it's just kind of like, if they're all pushed on you at once, it gets to be a lot. And it's not even just the Temtem themselves, because your average PvP player isn't going to just be able to know every single speed tier of every single Tem. Like, nobody needs to know that Zyzer is base 113 speed. Or that Adoro is base 160 speed. Unless you're in like a high level play. But even then, it's just like, there's not even a whole lot of reason to play ladder right now. The in-game tournaments are a complete joke. The community tournaments are cool, but they're always going to have like lower turnouts just because time zones are really bad. This is like, I wasn't waking up at 5 in the morning to play the competitive tournament today. Like, it was never happening. Adding new monsters during game cycle makes it a bit more fair as people learn new moves at the same time. That's true. It does. It does help. And it's like, Krema definitely tried in doing that. Instead of releasing all 86 at once and just everyone just had their brains fried. But if you look at how many people played in Saponku and are still playing now, that number is probably like 20% of the PvP population. Maybe? Yeah, maybe it's a bit more, but, you know. I didn't even play during Saponku. I played in the alpha where they had Deniz and stuff like Genki had 2 natures that gave it extra weaknesses, cold-natured and botanophobia. It was weak to water and grass. Like, who? Like, what? And so when I came back in Arbory, because that's when I really played the game again, I was just like, oh, this thing's got good traits now. Well, not great, but, you know, good. It was almost like relearning things. Like, from the time in which I came back, which I basically had to play through the entire story, and then get into comp, it was probably about 3 months. And even then, the game was a lot more active, even at that point, because there was a new patch, a new island, new Thames. Like, everyone was excited. That was probably one of the... Like, it was the game's completion. Like, the story was complete at that point. I don't know, like, the biggest player spikes offhand, but I feel like besides the initial craze that the game brought on, that Arbory probably had the second biggest spike. Maybe 1.0 release did, but I feel like Arbory also would have. So even 3 months after, like, that massive patch, there was still a lot of people around. But now if you're trying to learn, and you only get to face one person every 10 minutes, and it's the same person you faced 2 matches ago, you don't even get that much of a variety of like teams that you're seeing. In-game tournaments need a lot more. Admins need to push the player run tournaments. Yeah, well, the thing is that I don't think that Krema cares too much about the success of this Temtem anymore. They still make money here and there from players buying it and playing through the story, but they don't care much about the end game. They have the bare minimum of everything that they've said they were going to from the Kickstarter. And even when we've tried to ask for some Nova rewards for community tournaments, they've been very particular about getting them to us, so it's tough. Hard to practice for a tourney with a 10-minute queue? Yep. They've already given up. Pretty obvious. I mean, the thing is, they're not done with Temtem, because, like, the Temtem IP, they're going to make Temtem Swarm. They're making Project Down Below, and they're making the Temtem anime. So it's like, they believe that the best way for Temtem to continue is to just make more of the same thing, basically. And it's just like I don't like that plan. And I'm gonna use a reference that I'm not sure how many of you know, but so some of you know that, like, on my Spotify playlist here, I got some songs from a game called Yooka-Laylee, which is made by a lot of the same people that made Banjo-Kazooie. It was like a spiritual successor to the original Banjo-Kazooie games. I love Banjo-Kazooie. It's like in my top 3 favorite games of all time. And so I had a lot of high hopes for Yooka-Laylee, especially since it had a lot of these same developers. But what Yooka-Laylee, or what they did, is they created Yooka-Laylee, and it was great. I enjoyed it. It had a few issues here and there, but overall the core gameplay was great. And then they made a second game. And instead of a 3D platformer collectathon, they reused everything from the original Yooka-Laylee game and made a 2D platformer that completely and absolutely flopped because it reused everything. Nothing was new. And it just wasn't... It wasn't the same game that the people enjoyed. And they haven't made a new game since, because it failed so badly. They invested so many resources, and Nothing came of it. And I think that's exactly what's going to happen to Temtem here. The difference between the two, though, is that Yooka-Laylee is... They went from a 3D platformer to a 2D platformer. And for the most part, that's very similar audiences. And you'd think that a lot of people could transfer. Temtem is making a completely different game of a completely different genre. So you may be reaching some fans of a different genre, but they're not attached to Temtem. And unless Temtem Swarm has something that stands out above all other bullet hells, there's no reason for them to even touch it. And all the people that are attached to Temtem aren't attached, and that if they don't have a specific desire to play a bullet hell game, they're never going to touch the game. After it fails, hopefully they sell to a different company. That's what we've all been hoping for. I think I'd just rather they go open source at this point so that we can change the game. I don't even know if I'd trust another company with it. I don't think they do much more. Plus, they're never going to do that because they make plenty of money off of the casual players that just buy the game and play through the story. Last few months, all they've done is taken away things. They're pretty much admitting defeat. Bullet Heaven's pretty far from Monster Catcher. It's super bad. Yeah, it's... And then, no, like, it's like they're... A lot of people have said it, but they're like chasing after a craze that apparently happened like a year or two ago, and honestly I had no idea about. Like, whenever Vampire Survivors came out, supposedly that game was super popular and it inspired a whole bunch of other bullet hell games, and that's how we got stuff like Deep Rock Galactic and whatever that VTuber bullet hell game is. And those were actually relatively well, actually I haven't heard a lot of great things about the Deep Rock one. Because it's the Deep Rock one, it looks like it's well made, and that's actually a well-known and reliable company that actually like cares about their games and their players. And even then, it's just like you're still reaching to a different genre, and I don't think it got a whole lot of attention outside of, oh cool, another game. But Temtem is just such a stretch, it's ridiculous. Oh my goodness, it's a 15-minute queue. It's made by a different company? Oh, really? Well, it shows you how much I know. I'm not a fan of the genre at all. Like, I just don't have... I like a competitive game. It's been a long time since I've really enjoyed a single-player game, and if I am going to go and play a single-player game, it's going to be a 3D platformer. There's not a whole lot of them out there, but there's a few of them I've kind of been saving for when I've been in the mood for a single-player one. Even like a co-op or multiplayer game I haven't played a whole lot of. The last one was probably It Takes Two with a buddy of mine, back when that game was popular. It was a blast. I loved It Takes Two. I was kind of sad that that didn't start a whole new craze of like people having unique story-based multiplayer or like co-op games. It's been a long time since I've seen a good one like that. Because most of them, it's just kind of like, oh, you'll have like, was it The Last of Us? I think that's the one. I don't know for sure, but it's just like you'll have some like darker stories because it's more adult themes. But it's just like where's just some good fun. Platforming, puzzle solving, rather than just like, haha, a shooter. No, I don't want that. They queue up as well. I mean, that's up to you. I'm probably going to match into the first person that queues up. It's not like I'm like in a super rush to play a match. Like, I know the queues are slow and it's also the weekend, and I'm basically just doing a chill stream before I go and spend like 3 hours on coding since it's the weekend, get some stuff done. What I should do is I should pull up what I've got and like leak it on the stream so that people want to watch the stream more next time. Let's see if I can do that easily. My computer might blow up, but no, my computer's pretty good. I haven't tried doing this yet. Is it a game capture, you think? Maybe? Oh, there we go. Alright, so here's like my practice game of it's codename Magnamon. I'll cover it more. Oh, I gotta fix that. But yeah, I mean, I got it so you can walk around. I've got it so like, there's like some trees and stuff, water that you can't walk into. What I gotta work on now is I gotta figure out how you like I can walk into the house, but then I'll just glitch out and everything will break because it's supposed to send me to another scene of just like inside the house. But I don't have that programmed yet, so instead it just eats me and then I can't do anything. So that's kind of the plan. It'll be like working on transitioning scenes is really important for games. It's just whenever you walk into a new area or even whenever you get into a battle is when you need scenes. So I'm going to spend a lot of time and try and focus on just that specifically and how to do it. So it's just like, it didn't look like a whole lot, but it's been like a week's worth of work. And when you realize that you have to code everything from not like your player doesn't move on its own, you have to code the animation frames, you have to write the directional code, you have to do an animation for turning if you want that, otherwise it'll just move to the next block without anything else. You have to make it so that you can't just run over the water or the trees or the house or whatever. The amount of tiny little steps in everything is just so much. It's crazy. But honestly, it's been a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it a lot more than I thought. Like, I've run into problems here and there. There's kind of like 2 tutorial series that I've been following. One of them focuses on the overworld, which is just what I've been watching right now, which is what helped me get all the walking and water and the trees and house. But then the other one is for the battle system. The problem is the one for the overworld that I've been working with is actually outdated by like 2 years. So I've had to cross-reference some newer stuff, but Godot's a very new game engine, development engine, and so there's not a whole lot of information out on it yet. The changes just aren't super well documented, so finding specific things is a bit tough. Alright. Went back to MTG, nice overlap with Temtem and MTG people. It makes sense. I tried MTG a little bit. It was actually, my family used to go to garage sales all the time, just pick up whatever Pokemon cards and little things here and there that I could, just because I enjoyed collecting stuff. And in my time picking up Pokemon cards, I also picked up some Magic the Gathering cards. So I had some really old ones, and they were all terrible. I was hoping I might have some rare old ones in there or something, but nah, it was nothing good. Yeah, Roller's banned again. That's crazy. That's a really weird ban too. Only thing he has weak to Earth is Golzy. Even has a Barnsheet, which is Roller's best counter. But yeah, I mean, it's just card games are very interesting, and I love the idea of building your deck. That much brings me so much joy. But what's this? Okay, I'll pick Auhi. He must have missed that. I wonder if this is a newer player. The thing with like deck building is great, but I hate getting into a game or just playing a game and then drawing the wrong cards. It feels so bad. There's just a little bit too much RNG for my tastes. And even so, it's just like, it's very matchup fishy. Because you may have some deck that absolutely destroys some, and it's just like, how do you remove matchup fishing in this kind of genre? Just like a typical like RPG, or just like team building, deck building type of game. Because there will always be some that are better than others. He banned Grandpa. So I'm going to ban Acronox. Play Commander makes it harder to match efficient. It's more on the casual side. That's fair, yeah. Alright, so the only thing he has to eat a Fiery Soul is something that doesn't want to. Psypat. Nice. Alright, 42. Alright, one more Tesla Prism will take it out. Or even Plasma Beam. I'll just Tesla Prism because it'll punish his swap better. The Amphitheater will be good. Get a turn off from settling. Oh, he's just trying to take out the Obi. He might succeed, but that doesn't help him a whole lot. Yeah, I think a Savage will take me down here. Nope, weak. Weak. That's interesting. I'm hoping he doubles into the Obi, takes it out. And then I just bring in Auhi again. I don't need the regen tick there. No, he went for the Amphitheater. Did he split? He did. Yeah, this is definitely a newer player. Sorry, bud. Nothing personal. Let's always get some chip damage on Yowler here. Oh, he went for the Glass Blade now. Okay, that works. Blue Steel, hello, welcome. Savage Suplex, I should OX. He's got an Empire. I missed that. Oh well. I'm not really max special attack Auhi. Who's faster? Nice. This should do it. I did that on purpose. I just forgot on if I made Auhi faster or not, because if I have Auhi faster, then Psywave can go before Tesla Prison, which can be helpful in some situations. But if I have it this way, Sparks can go before Fiery Soul, which helps in this situation. So now I could swap out Auhi here. Nah. I actually could have one-shot Goldsy there. Wow. I didn't think I'd be faster. Oh, he went for Sparkling Bullet. Ooh, squishy goalsy. That was resisted. That's kind of crazy. Ooh, Plague should not OX. I don't think it will. I didn't even know his 0 HP goals he died that fast, if I'm going to be honest. Like, I know I got a few special attack boosts, but that still seems kind of nuts. Usually I expect a Plague to do like 25-30% to your average Tem. That's because 85 base power ain't a whole lot. It's nice, but it ain't a whole lot. But the fact that it just took the thing out is woo. That's a top tier evasion. Critical hit. No. Poor Barn, she died 4 times over. Oh, GG. Definitely a few things. Oh, ran into a match. Oh, he has high base special attack. Oh, I know. But Amphitheater special attack kind of sucks. Even with max special attack, +3. So if I'm assuming that Plague is going to do like upwards of 30% to a squishy Tem, and I'm +3, so I get +75% damage, then I'm maybe expecting it to do over half. Just a bit over half. But that took down the Golzy from 70%. So maybe my numbers are just off. And yeah, poor guy was silver 3. So we get for waiting in a 20-minute queue. I don't know how long it was exactly. It might have been like 22, 25. Either way, that was not a fast queue. I'm Diamond 3, Division 1, and matched all the way down to Silver 3. Senpai, hello, welcome. How's it going? Maybe if I get a Zyzare, I'll make like a Zyzare team by the end of the stream, just for a little something to take up some time. I wish I could make teams at the same time as I play. Unfortunately, that's not really an option. Because as soon as you try making a team and you queue up, it'll just kick you out of the queue. Or if you make a team, if you queue up and then make a team, it'll kick you out of the queue. Somebody's trying to sell ETC bubbles. I think when I checked, there wasn't even any bubbles on the market, which is nuts. I didn't think there should be no reason there's that many people buying bubbles. I'm gonna guess that there's just not like anyone who bothered to sell a 5,000 Pansun ETC. But it was still kind of just really weird to see. It was goofy. Because that means that the first time somebody does decide to sell like bubbles, if they don't know that it's not worth anything, they'll probably throw it up there for like 200,000, 300,000. And then the next guy who sees it's going to be like, wow, that's a valuable ETC, 400,000 or something crazy. And it's just like, no, it's worth 5,000 maybe. You only need bubbles for Bigu. Pretty sure that is the only one you need it for, and you are not going to use it on Bigu. So the only people who would even buy it are ones who want to use it on Showdown. which is just a very thin market. I just took mine for free out of the club vault, basically. Because we got like 6 or 7 of them, and if they're ever going to get used, it's now during this week. I think I'm the only one who's bothering to search Sci-Park. Sci-Park odds need to get raised a ton too. Like it should be like minimum 5 times for everything, upwards of 10, maybe. Maybe they do that and then jack up the price of the Sci cards. I don't know, but since they introduced Luma drops as a whole currency, they should have some easy ways to get Lumas. Like, sure, there's radars. Sure, there's Digilair. Why can't Sci-Park be on par with those? Like, what's the problem with that? It's 2 Tems that you don't even get to choose every other week. It's not even guaranteed at 5 or 10 times odds you get them. I know even when it was like 8 times odds for the Pookie and Toxolotl day, or week. I got 1 Pookie after multiple hours. It was probably like 5 or 6 hours, which still isn't a whole lot for a Sci-Park week. But considering the 8 times odds, it was significant. And then I searched for another like 3 or 4 to get a Toxolotl, and I didn't. That was 8 times odds. I think that was with old odds back when it was 1 in 10,000. So I'll give it that. But even then, you'd still expect to get it faster. Faster than that. I did get a Toxolotl in the more recent Sci-Park for it, though. Like, I've got 3 Lumas. Showlite, Noxolotl, and Bigu that I can all train up with feathers. I got 5,000. But the problem is every single one of them has max HP, max stamina, and I think max special defense. So they're between all of them, they're only missing 4 different stats. So I just need like a whole bunch of attacks, a whole bunch of special attack, a whole bunch of defense, and a whole bunch of speed. And the last project of like Luma I needed a whole bunch of speed as well, which was actually the Luma Grandpa I'm using on my team right now. I had avoided using Grandpa for a while because, or like going for a Luma one of it because I figured it's like 100% spawn rate. It's got Tornado, which isn't the easiest ETC to come across, so I'll just wait and do a Digilair. And then the desire to do a Digilair never came. So I just bought a random one off the auction house, soulbinded it, and then bought the 2 ETCs. Now I should mention, like, it had the Tornado ETC in the auction house, but it was actually bugged. It was actually an old Grandpa that had the move itself before it got turned into an ETC. And after it got changed to an ETC, it looked like it had it, but in reality it didn't, which was really frustrating. I pick Roller, try and scare off the Garunder pick because I want to ban that as soon as possible. Even if it puts me at a disadvantage on the lead, I'm A-okay. He doesn't even have any great answers to Roller here, so I'm not too afraid of that. But yeah, long story short on the Grandpa, I had to buy the Tornado ETC. I think we might have had one in the vault, but even at club discount, it was still expensive. Ah! He didn't fall for it. Shoot. That's tough. I could have let the Auhi through. I do have like Digis and Electrics and Psypat, and maybe I should have. Maybe I should have. But, you know, hindsight's sucks. At least mine does. There's the Amphitheater. Definitely gonna knock out the Volarend. I don't have a whole lot to hit it after that. I'll pick Grandpa here finally. He's only got one, maybe two wind resist, so I should be able to manage a little bit better. I'll probably grab Aohi too, because if I get something low enough where I can finish it off with a Fiery Soul, it'll just be a good late game sweeper. It's also nice against Mooflank and Gialis. These last options suck though. Lawali, Saipat, neither of them are good. It's not like I really want to run Saipat on this team, but I needed something else that can take down Digis, and Saipat's one of the better ones out there. And I wanted... Your options for fast offensive waters kind of suck. You either get the two monotypes of Ukama, Oshiara, or you get Saipat. All the other offensive waters, stuff like Gario and Mastion and Babala, they're all slow. We'll see what happens. There's a good chance he'll swap Grunder for Turok. He's actually got a nickname here, so this is a pro team. Don't see those often. If he does do this, I just swap to Lawali next turn. No, it's actually Mooflank. Surprise. I guess he realizes Mooflank's not going to be super valuable. Or maybe he's got Cage on it and he wants to trap me. Not sure. Oh, yikes. That did nothing. Alright, I'm hoping he's going to Goring this turn. I don't particularly need Obi. If he Gorings this turn, that means after the Tesla Prison, I should be able to outspeed his normal prio move with my high prio Goring. Yeah, it's either a really slow move flank or it didn't click it. Nice. Slow move flank. I guess that makes sense. It's hardly taking any damage. Oh, please live. Yes. That's huge. Okay. Unfortunately, I won't get a whole lot of use out of the +3 special defense from this bush. But Roller will have Tardy Rush up, and I should be able to survive this turn with no casualties. Ooh, and an OX on the Volphy. That's huge. That means that Roller shouldn't have to worry about dying this next turn. What's he going to send in, though? Okay. This is the Platamus. I don't know what speed this thing's at. Maybe I save Rolder. Maybe I don't care about the Tardy Rush, and I should outspeed most Garunders with Earthbreaker anyways. I got the holds off. I think I just swap out Rolder here. I'll bring in Grandpa. And we'll throw a Tesla Prison this Platypus' way. Probably won't get to the special defense drop, but if I can even just get some chip damage on it, that would help. Because it'll be in range to die to a Tornado next turn. Like you, hello, welcome. Yeah, I am finding it's quite dead. We had like a 20-minute queue on stream already. There we go, Tornado here. We go Plague on the Volphy as well. I hope that I can go before it, because then it'll OX again, and it'll be trapped, because I am handcuffs. I don't run handcuffs all that often, but it's really nice when you get a good handcuffs. He could very easily swap this out for Garunder or Turok. It's Turok this time. No, it's a double swap. Interesting. See, because I'm bully, I don't get the whole bird season thing right now. Sure wish I did, though. Grunder's trapped, but that doesn't really do much at all. Alright. I can Hypnosis the Garunder and throw a Resin Trap at the Turok. Grandpa doesn't have a whole lot of stamina to work with because I don't have a stamina item on it. But, you know, it can get a couple moves off. I wish I had one of my Digis around so I could get a Hurricane. That would be really helpful. See, I don't even mind this too much. Volphy comes in, yeah, that's fine. Looks like the thing's super bulky, but that works. I have two options for this next turn. I can either handcuffs Jinx Whisper the Garunder, put it to sleep again, or I can double in on the Volphy and just try and take it out. Oh, he wakes up his Garunder. Okay, that's not good. I didn't even consider that one. Oh, that's not good at all. That was a great play by him. Except for the fact that his Garunder's now trapped and probably dead. Now, I'm so confident that it's going to die, I'm going to leave Lawali in, and I will lose the game if I'm wrong. This is handcuffs working against him here, so that's kind of funny. See, like, that's how much I normally expect a Plague to do. Maybe on the lower side, but, you know. Point being, not a whole lot of damage. See, that doesn't even do all that much. Oh, rip my stam bar. Yikes. No! No! That's pretty bad. Okay, I may have been trolling a little bit with that one. I pretty much had a free line of winning if I just doubled in on the Grunder. Yeah. I mean, I have to save Lawali. We might get to an end game though, where it's just Grandpa versus Turok, and I also just realized that it's not a determined Platamus for some reason. That's rare. Unfortunately, my roller isn't fast enough to outspeed a base speed Wolfie. I don't even know if it's base speed, but there's no world in which my roller can outspeed, because Tardy Rush doesn't save through swap. Kind of wish it did. That would definitely help it a lot, but I almost thought I lived there. Hit OX'd again. Interesting. Toxin Shower, only one turn of evasion. Haha. So now it's just a question of... Alright, let's see. Well, at the most common 273 breakpoint, I can outspeed. If it is a max speed Platamus, I do not. I think I always have to rest here and then just hope that the tornado outspeeds and kills. I'm a hand fan Grandpa, and it's only a 71%. Yeah. Alright, we should be good. Should be good. Was definitely scared there for a little bit. I almost threw. I almost threw. I'm gonna Plague just for the guaranteed damage. Because if I went for anything else... I mean, I'm not confident that I can live a Turbine, if I'm being honest. And I'm actually just going to rest here, just in case Wolfie tries to do something. Like a Plague on Grandpa, when I Hypoxia. Good. I did live. Okay. Rip Wolfie. Billy, hello, welcome. I don't know if I deserved to win that one. I thought I played decent considering. But man, having to play around Garunders all day, that sucks. I don't remember seeing this many Garunders yesterday, and the day before, and the day before, and the day before. Maybe I need an Earth type that's not Roller. I mean, Roller did pretty good for me here, but I don't know if that'll always be the case. Oh. No, in-game tournament in 3 hours, if anyone remembers those exist. I wouldn't have if I didn't accidentally click on that. Besides me mentioning it earlier, as something that people just don't do. Oh boy, IGT, just let me use my showdown. Oh, yeah. Yep, that's... Definitely feel that. I mean, I actually have a ton of pro teams. Like, of pro tems. Like, even besides my almost 2 full boxes of perfect Lumas, I have, like, 3 full boxes of perfect normal Tems. But the thing is that they're all from... They all got TV spreads of ages past. They're not horrible, but some of them are. Like, my only Sandby build, I haven't ever bothered to change it. It was from when I was first running Sandby, where I was running at max HP, max speed. And it had Bamboozle. So, basically, I don't even think I ran a turn 1 on it. I think it was right when it got Transient, before it lost Bamboozle, I think is what it was. If that was a time period. If not, it was just, like, right around the same. But anyways, I basically use it as support with Bamboozle, Hypno, Strangle, and Transient. Because as long as you can either swap it in or get the hold off of Transient some other way, you never have to have a second move on it. You don't need Telekinetic, you don't need Matter Teleport. Like, sure, Matter Teleport does more damage, but if you're not investing in damage, you don't need it. But I wanted to use Sandby again recently, but I had a more attack-invested Sandby, because I feel like Sandby should probably max out at, like, 232 speed, but probably 200 on average, which is what I was running. Max Sandby is 262, I think. Something around there. But it was just like... But it does no damage. And I don't have Bamboozle anymore. I don't have a whole lot of... There's not a whole lot of good mentals. Like, I got a perfect Luma mix for the most part, besides the attack. And then, like, I've got a Barnshee. Barnshee struggles. I really thought I was going to see some more play, but Digis haven't really been toned down much at all yet. Electrics are still relevant as ever. Crystals are pretty popular. And there's just better wins, honestly. I feel like every other wind has to get hit before Barnshee starts seeing more play. Even when you're thinking of something like, oh, I want a wind that won't get ticked by poison. Because that's what you want winds to do, is defeat toxics. But the thing is that a bait or camo, Tuvine, and Turok will just do that better. Just straight up. Because they'll actually resist the damage that they take from the toxic hit itself. Whereas every single Barnshee will still take like 30-40% of his health, depending on, I guess, if it's like a physical or special move, but still just takes too much damage. Lanier. Nope, no fires, and the only toxic is Acronox. I can deal with an Acronox. So that means the biggest scary thing on the team is probably Tataru for being Tataru, but it's not like Chimerian's real friendly there either. Triple Earth is interesting though. If I was running not triple nature, that would be scary. No, not the Obi. Not the Obi! Yeah, I didn't want Chromion to be banned either, but happens. So, Obi loses to 4 of them. 5 of them. No, 4, because Volfi doesn't have an Earth move. I guess Mimic kind of counts, though. 4.5. I can't just... Basically, I just can't lead Obi like I normally would. I don't know how fast this Acronox is. Their speeds vary so much. What I really want to do is pick something to scare off the Minotaur. But I just don't have anything that can really do that. I'm basically forced to pick Amphitheater and Grandpa here and just take the tough lead. Because if as long as it's not like coat or bait Acronox or something, I should be able to plague and hypoxia, and I think that should kill. Problem is, one, if it's a taser Minotaur, then I will get burned and it won't kill. Or two, if I take a hasty and a sting, then I'm losing like half health on 2 of my Tems to maybe take out 1. And then it's still kind of a tough trade. Let's ban Chim now. Chim was the other thing I wanted to ban in the first place, so it's not bad that I got to ban it. Not sure why you banned Roller there. You have your 3 remaining Tems in the back are all good against Roller. The only thing Roller would even be mildly good against is Minotaur. But Roller does not like taking a black hole, and he doesn't know, but I don't have Stone Ball on my Roller. I really like no Stone Ball Roller. Like, a lot of people like, give me crap for it, but I'm like, no, I think it's really good. I'll probably pick Volphy and Mimid here. Gario really does him no favors. I'll grab the Obi just because Obi is actually the best thing I can do for Minotaur now that Roller's gone. Because I can slow it down, I can hit it with Plasma Beams. It'll actually be pretty solid. I just got to get rid of this Acronox first. I should check and see. He doesn't have a Sakura Lawali. I don't think he has anything. Yeah, he has nothing that really wants to eat a Plague. Hypoxia. He'll probably swap, though. I guess he could do, like, Mimit. But then he pretty much has a dead board against my Amphitheater. So, like, if he swaps, Amphitheater's really good, really well positioned, and I should be able to start making some things happen. Which he does swap. Volphy. Fair enough. If he wanted the synergy, that makes sense. I should have considered that. See, Plague did 25%. This will probably do like 50. I should have looked at the exact damage number. I don't know if another Plague kills that Volphy. Either way, I'm swapping out Grandpa. I have Tornado, so I can bring it back in against Acronox later. Lawali is very nice here, but at the same time, I don't want to take another hasty lunge on it. Like, Amphitheater's just fine. Amphitheater's chilling. I think we're going to do it anyways. Volphy's just such a non-event right now. I'm just going to ignore it. Lumiduck versus Normal Duck. I could have brought Umbra Duck. My side pat's not... My Umbra side pat's not perfect, though. Alright, that swap was worth it then, for sure. Alright, now my Plague will definitely kill the Volphy. It's not what I'm going to do right now, but it'll definitely kill. Just going to Plague because I'm pretty sure Plague kills here, and even if he swaps to Acronox or something. Ooh, that I didn't think about. Didn't think about Paizo. Normally I think they have like Sparkling Bullet, but I guess you just run Hasty, Paizo, Black Hole, and beef up. Double Earth move, okay. Fake Beard's good here. Because now I can kill the Volphy. And we will... Actually, we're just going to Tesla Prism. Because I think he's going to swap. He's got no stam left. He'll probably just go into his Acronox. Getting the speed drop on Acronox will be nice. It'll basically ensure that my Tornado can outspeed it. And in the off chance that he doesn't swap his Minotaur, he'll still die. And that's actually better for me. Wolfie goes down, Minotaur goes down. So now he'll probably mimic his Acronox here. That's my guess, at least. Because then he can just Sting Venom Spread combo with his own... Okay, nope, never mind. I'm going to save Amphitheater. I'm going to swap in Psypat because Psypat ain't doing a whole lot. Drill Acra? Yeah, that's a bit questionable. I mean, if he's already got double screen on... I don't know what his items are. There's the Sting, but I was basically just sacking Psypat. Please live, Obi. Please live. Ah, shoot. Whatever, that's just fine. If he doesn't have marbles on something else, yeah, just slapping marbles is valuable. For sure. So now Nicho won't kill alone, but with a Plague it will. And if he swaps to Psypat, I'm +2, and I want to say a Plague plus Nicho will kill the Mimic Psypat. Unless it's Striking Mimic. It is not Striking Mimic. Bait Mimic. Might have actually been better for me if it did live, so I could have finished off with a Venomous Claws next turn. Noxious Bomb on something? Excuse me? No Nicho? I don't know his trait. He hasn't revealed it because he clicked Nox Bomb there. So I'm gonna click Toxic Ink. I'm not gonna risk clicking Tesla Prison because I'm afraid that a Nicho plus a Sting would outspeed and kill. So I'm just gonna go for the kill move. Millie, hello, welcome. Aw, he is Shinobi, so I could have gone for Venomous Claws. It's a max speed Acronox? Are you serious? Interesting. Would not have guessed that. Nah, I don't think there's ever a world where I died with Sting. But he'll outspeed and kill me here if I don't kill him right now. Am I winning? I barely did. Was not expecting the max speed Acronox. Like, Acronox base speed is like 180. My Amphitheater is 274. You get 100 TVs from when you fully invest in it. So max speed Acronox is 280. So that had to be within 5 points of max speed Acronox. I was so confident. I'm like, there's no way. There's no way. Oh, man, if that Psypat had just enough health to live, I would have been... Game would have been over. And yet at the same time, if Tesla Prison, or if I used Tesla Prison instead, I would have won. So I mean, that end game could have gone either way, depending on so many factors. Nice, we got another match. Love the quick matches. And it's all different people. We haven't had a double match at all yet today. Seeing a lot of Wolfies, a lot of Acronox, a lot of Golzy. Acronox is one time I've seen everywhere, and it is more problematic than I give it credit for. I only placed it in like B on my tier list, but I think it should have definitely been B+. If I was to go back and change anything about my tier list, it would definitely be that one. Alright. Saku is kind of a strange first pick. Saku can't hit Amphitheater or Lawali. Given Lawali can't hit Saku either. Saku usually wins the matchup if it has Lifeful Sap and or Narco. You would place Akra in A easily. You think Akra's on par with stuff like Platimus and Yggdrasil, Volarend? Tem does not have a single bad matchup. It has plenty of bad matchups. Unlike most other Toxics, it really doesn't offer anything to a team besides raw damage. Let's see. I don't like Golzy, but I think I can deal with Golzy better than I can deal with Mashuk. Have they done new balancing changes, or is that upcoming? It's upcoming. The microwave and stuff. You know, we have no idea when it's gonna happen. Name a team that Acronox doesn't fit well in. I don't think it fits real great into like hyper aggro stuff. I guess it's okay on Digi aggro sort of thing because you get Rotten Goose synergies. I mean, it's very splashable, but I mean, I get a speed. I never see quicksand on it. Ugh. I'll pick Roller, try and make him so he only picks one electric, and then I'll pick Grandpa. Okay, nope. Guess we're going Side Pet. Defensive scaling. I mean, I haven't seen a stall, Toughen, Sting, Acronox. At least I haven't seen one perform well. I know it's got amazing stats. Thing's way too well balanced, stat-wise. Just because you've never seen it, quicksand doesn't mean it isn't really good. I'm not denying that the Tem is good. I just don't think it's A tier. But I mean, it's just completely subjective. So please go for the OB. Oh my! Air spec hand fan. Max attack, air spec, hand fan. Whoo! Nope, that was not on my list of things I expected to see today. Excited? No, I got scared. I thought that this thing was gonna Rotten Goo me and I would die. Because I need Chromion to take this thing down. Like, Acronox I can sort of chip down a little bit with some other stuff, but... Does he have an electric? Oh, he has 2. I might just be toast. I was not expecting that to do so much damage. That swap is really good for me here. Like, super good. Yeah, because like even microwaves, it's just the hardest hitting thing I can bring to the table here. It still doesn't do hardly anything. Why am I bringing in roller? Well, I'd really like to get... First of all, I want to take a little bit of pressure off of Obi. But also, I'd really like to get Tardy Rush off before Goldsy hits the field. Because I can outspeed a max speed Goldsy with Tardy Rush up. Low prio on Volthy. It's not Kaleidoscope. Ooh, that was such a good turn for me and such a bad one for him. Oh, I guess I'm faster on the road. I thought it was 154, not 165. So that's going to be a really bulky Volthy. I'm not even going to touch the thing. There's no point. Right side, I can outspeed it. So I won't even take that much damage from the Plague here. It'd actually be better for me if he uses... if he uses Plague, but he didn't. Don't have Tardy Rush up, unfortunately. And as much as I want to keep Obi on the field, I can't do that super easily because I'm going to have Electric type Earthbreaker. So I have to hope that I can take an Uppercut Plague on Rolder and swap Obi. I'm going to swap in Psypat because I don't think he's going to attack the Obi slot. And this gives me time to get, or like, Nicho off hold. Okay. No, I knew he would diffuse Arvile. That's why I was scared of getting uppercut into... Oh my goodness. It's not even diffuser Goldsy. I don't think my Psypack can take a Plague. That's why I'm using Nicho now instead of Venomous Claws. Just covers the swap better into something like Acronox in case it's Book Lungs. Devilios, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. That's why there's no reason to be scared of dying to the... Yeah, so because my Rolder outsped the Volthy using normal prio, I know that it's a base speed Volthy. 160 times 1.5 for prio. Oh my goodness, this guy is... I don't know, did he just give up already? Prio would be 240. Which, I'd be very surprised if he had a Goldsy below 240 speed. It's like he didn't want to OX there. I think you definitely OX and take the Psypack kill, because now I guaranteed get one more hit off. Gazuma should always... like, Obi always wins against Gazuma. And Acronox is like one move away from dying to Lawali. Volthy can't touch Lawali. He has been running everything super tanky. Yeah, I mean... yeah, that's true. It might, and it was Voltaic Charge. It might have been slower. We'll never know. I guess. Hold on. It ate the Earthbreaker. It ate the Earthbreaker, didn't it? I'm not Max Attack on Roller, but I don't know if I've ever seen a Golzy eat an Earthbreaker before. That's definitely 500 HP Golzy plus probably some defense invest. I didn't even consider that. It was kind of like, oh, it lived. Yeah, no, Earthbreaker's 145 BP. I think the dude just quit the game. Goldsy at 233 for a while. I tried it at 200 for a little bit with a Pigment Inverter. That was a bit too slow, but 233 I can definitely see. Because then you can live like Soil Steam. You could probably live all the way up to like a Sea Spike from Zenith, I bet. I've never actually found any success with Goldsy myself, unfortunately. Yeah, of course, it's bait. I was going to say, wow, look at this perfect timing to have Toxic Ink on my side pad to deal with the Gazuma that's probably got 800 TVs in bulk. Well, unfortunately, that doesn't help me much. Oh, never mind, that's the squishier Gazuma. Making people quit Temtem. I'm not trying! Nope, there he goes for the roller. I think I live this. Nope, he's actually got special. So of all temps, he decides to not have as much defense invest in, and he has some damage. It's Gazuma. He's got a squishier Gazuma with special attack invest. Gold 2 logic, yeah. Okay, GG. I'm not sure why you actually go and get the kill and then forfeit, but that's fine. Oh my goodness, we might get to Legend soon. I haven't even been trying to push Legend. I actually like this team. I really haven't changed it at all either. It just kind of works. I mean, it doesn't always work. I guess it helps when I'm facing a whole bunch of lower ranked players because all the top ranked ones kind of quit, but you know. We take wins. 7 Up, hello, welcome. Legend push when? Yeah, if you get Legend, aren't you on the podium right now? We got enough time, I'll go and check podium, we'll check Armory, shop. So I like to do that once a day at least, when I'm online. Thank you, 7 Up, appreciate it. I got on the whiteboard of winners, woo! Are there 4 legends? Wouldn't it be great if we could just look? Like Kivkinski. Yeah, there's 4. Shrumpy's online, we'll probably run into him once. Great to see he's butchering your name. I mean, he does that intentionally. He does it intentionally. Because all the other ones are messed up too. Most people add the R to my, like an extra R in my name normally anyway. It's like my last name in real life. There's no R, but people just add it. Just like Magnetronics. People just say Magnetronics because it just makes sense, which I can't blame them. But there's no R. There's no R, I promise. Revel eggs, those don't look too bad. Shook eggs. Actually, don't have a Lowell or a Gazuma yet. For some reason, that's another one I could very easily get from a Digilare though, because Tesla Prison is a cost a fortune. This one's actually got knockback. Got all these, got all these. There's a Chimerian. So there was a Chimerian that was actually really cheap. It just didn't have the egg move. I just unfortunately didn't have enough money at the time to buy it. I guess Tesla Prison's come down quite a bit. Is there a Court Shield on the market? Nah. Just finds a way to butcher every name ever created. Tuveen. I think his worst one is calling Obi. Just call it 2. That one's terrible. Digilare for crystal. I can't be bothered to do that. I've got most of the crystals. For me, I need a lot of fires. For the most part, I left... A lot of the Tems I don't have perfect are either low percents with expensive egg moves or the more common fire types. Because I was looking through what Tems to even do radars for. Because I needed a radar for today, and I'm like... It's basically all those that I was saving specifically for Digilares. Or these ones... Or super low percents. So, I think the highest percent one that's not... That I haven't saved for a Digilare is like... I don't even know. It might be like 35%, which is like Pocus Valier. No, it's Zalbian. But even Zalbian might be a good Digilare Tem. I actually do have Wastewater and Frondoit. Which I think there's 2 more expensive ones. That I just got from like Dojo Wars and stuff. No, that's not what I meant to do. I still don't really feel like getting that. I just don't like Zalbian, if I'm being honest. It may have a lot of moves, but Zalbian's identity is just having coverage. It's not very interesting. It doesn't have a gimmick much outside of that, which it's fine to have your gimmick be that. It's just not my sort of thing. If anything, I would like a Voltaic Charge one. I know I was saying I was going to do a theme team with like Lifesteal team Tems like way long ago, and then I just never did it. Ukama, I guess, is a high percent. Ukama and Cerny, probably both. I don't know what percent Momo is, but I haven't got that one yet either. Okay, so I lied. There's actually quite a few. Every time I think that there's more, or there isn't any more, I just, nope. I look in the Tempedia and it's like, oh, I haven't got this one, I haven't got this one, I haven't got this one. There's just so many. I have this thing in randomized, right? Has it just been playing down this? No, it's doing random. It just happens to play 2 cassette piece songs in a row. They're good though. Have you guys heard some of the new ones? Here, if I remember after this, I'll play some of the new ones. And they're not new. It's just like, but it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. They released the full cassette piece soundtrack on Spotify. They were leaking a few songs here and there up until now, but they released the full thing. And there were some bangers that I didn't even know existed, honestly. There's apparently a secret boss at the end of Cassette Beasts. I didn't play much of the end game. I didn't really play any of the end game, if I'm being honest. I really loved the game. Every aspect of it was just incredible. I would completely recommend playing it if you haven't. But it's just kind of like a story-based game. I wasn't going around to hunt the shiny equivalents. I wasn't going to go and train up a team because there's really no PvP in the game. I think they said they're kind of planning on it, but it's not going to be a competitive thing. It's more just going to be like a friendly battle thing. But apparently there was a little bit of endgame in the story. And then even like they added a new route, which I should go back and play. It's just kind of hard to see the purpose in it when the story is already complete. Got any male mentals? No, no. I have a male Showlant, or Showlite, a male Toxlotl, and a female Bigu. So I guess if you want to breed off the Umishi Furt, I could make some Bigu eggs. But I was kind of like the high percent melee I'm hoping to breed Shelllight with is Skunch. I'm looking for like some Skunch eggs. And then Toxic, so I'm hoping for Zephyruff or Blues. I've got a female Bigu with all egg moves. Actually, Domanic. I just got one this week. It's stacked all the egg moves on it. I haven't evolved it yet, but that's no issue. Zalbian's identity is being surprised when you start playing the game and face Zalbian for the first few matches in Silver. Imagine coming in during that 1 week or two where Zalbian was just so stupid bugged and it was just doing double damage. Yeah, that's common. Near perfect Luma Zephy. Yeah, I've definitely got the feathers to perfect it. I don't use Volarend a whole lot. I just figure, like, it's not that I want the Luma so bad, it's just trying to maximize my Furt towards something I can actually use. Because I could just make some random eggs, but like you can't even buy female Furt for cheap anymore. You used to be able to buy some random high percent female Furt of any type for like, oh, I don't even know. Used to buy the Luma for maybe like 110 to 150k, and then Luma drops existed, and people just started blending their female high percent Lumas. It's just like, great. I wanted those. And now the only ones you can find are like 300k plus because nobody really farms Luma drops anymore. Think they reduced hotfix costs? I want to say no. I don't think they will. I'd be very surprised if they did that. I think that it's... I want to say that they will increase the amount of feathers you get from the Tamer's Paradise activities, though. I think there's going to be a lot of unhappy PvE players if they don't. Like, a lot. Regret selling your female Lumagazu. I sold like 2 or 3 Lumas in my entire... I think I only sold 2 in my entire time playing the game. One of them I was actually able to buy back, which was really funny. Like I sold it off, and then like 6 months later, when I was in a much better Pansun financial position, some dude was trying to sell a MIDI, and I'm like, I remember you. That's my MIDI. It was like it had 5 or 4 red stats. It was terrible. It was a horrible roll, and that's why I sold it. It was a female MIDI with horrible stats. But I was able to buy it back from him, and I perfected the thing just because the sheer amount of feathers. Kind of have to increase feather gain when they make everything viable with feathers, yeah. Alright, so this guy, first time I faced him, this is like my 3rd time facing him. First time, he didn't ban Chromion, I ran through his entire team. He had no chance. Second time, I underestimated him. I wiped through most of his entire team. He was down to his 2 times, and I had all 5 of mine left. But he had a Volarend, and it just stacked special defense and beat me. Now, I've realized that Garunder is like the biggest issue in the world for me. So even though there's a Tyrannac, I'm just going to ban the Garunder instead. Volphy. Now, I'm definitely going to pick Grandpa. I just don't know what I'm going to pair with it. think I'm gonna go Obi. I need something that inflicted a status, because if you just look at what temps he's got available, well, I mean, I guess he's got a lot of counters to roll there, actually. So, unfortunately, the Fake Beard won't pass because there's a Tyrannac, and I cannot burn the Tyrannac and start beating that down. I'll have to focus down the Volphy, which isn't... Well, no, I don't have to. Because I don't have Bully active either. Not afraid of Oshiara. I've got 2 Natures left and Saipat, which looks threatening. I don't think he'll pick a Doro either. I think I'm just going to ban the Volarin since I got so many special temps. Do you think it's even worse for you if you went Oshiara there? I'm confused how that would be bad. Like Oshiara plus Tyrannac? Or are you saying Volphy Oshiara? I wouldn't care about that. He might be able to threaten out Obi, but... Like, I constantly have a threat of Saipat in the back, even though it's not Amphibian. He wouldn't be able to touch either of my water or my natures. I just swap whichever one of those in that he doesn't ban. Grab a Wally. Wally is good against most of this stuff. I'll grab Amphitheater too. I like scaling. I know that this is a nut bar, super bulky base speed Gialis as well. Stupid thing. I don't think Saipat's going to do a whole lot for me, especially if it gets to be an endgame with the Doro. You've got 4 Luma that need breeding, which you got 2 Zephy if you want to buy. I'll let you know if my next super... Oh, wait, it's frightening. But I still don't care about Volphy. Well, it still prevented my Fake Beard from going off. That kind of sucks. That did 0 damage. Is this a base speed Volphy again? Oh my goodness. How much bulk does he have on these Tems, man? Does he have any damage at all? There's 3 Toxics and a Tyrannac on top of that. Flood turn 1 would be huge. No. Well, it appears that he's got a 0 speed on everything team. It's only turn 2. I can't push that off. Or, yeah, it's... I can't trap anything in. I'd love to trap the Volphy in and get rid of that Lifeful Sap. I really should have attacked Tyrannac. I needed to get rid of that thing so badly, and now it's just gonna be a pain. -3, maybe. Probably. Moments, okay. Hey, frightening's over now. Yeah, this sucks. I thought I had enough knowledge on this guy, but I definitely don't. Oh, he's got Diabolo on his moments. Yeah, I mean, I can see where flood would definitely be an issue. He went for the roller. That was a good play. Yeah, I think I just lose this. Because the thing is, I have max attack on, like, most of my Tems. Like, max special attack, max special attack, max special attack. I don't have any on these two. But the thing is, like, he resists. He's got triple nature and then a toxic. And I banned out 2 toxics. So I just can't hit this guy with anything. That does 0 damage to this Wolfie. It's so bad. Like, I'm not expecting it to do a whole lot, but more than 0. All he does now is go and heal his Wolfie again. I mean, my type chart usually isn't too bad. Like, I don't have a lot of problems type chart wise. But this guy, he's just got a whole bunch of Tems with like max bulk. If he, so this is actually a team that would lose so badly against mid range. Like any amount of scaling, like you can't put any pressure on like a melee. You ban the Adoro and then you have a Tem that uses show off and it just sits in front of you. Can't do anything. See, it's tough, because if he Lifeful Saps again, I really should take out the Wolfie. But also, I need damage on this Tyrannac, and I'm just not getting it right now. I don't know what he's going to click, either. I hope he goes for another Sharp Leaf, but he might go for a Meteor Storm or something. Oh, no! No! Oh! I needed to swap in Lawali there. I was trying to avoid synergy. I'm like, oh, let's go swap out of Obi. Oh, I used Bush. Yeah, I should have taken out the Volpy. Please kill Rolder. Thank you. Save me from my mistake. Could be worse, I guess. Swaps Volphy for what? Moments, okay. I'll get Bully Boost because of the seized from my mistake at least, so that's good. That was a lot of damage. Okay, that works. I'm okay with that. Got the settling boost, now I swap and go back into Obi. So I get Hurricane synergy. Oh, and Fake Beard, which will be huge. And even if he uses a digi move on the OB slot, I still have +3 special defense. So right now the biggest problem is looking like it's going to be Gialis. Like Moments isn't even that huge of an issue right now. He actually swaps Tyrannek for Volphy to avoid the Hurricane. That did a lot of damage. Oh my goodness. No, Revet on who? Volphy. Alright. We're avoiding the Volphy because it's just going to click Lifeful Sap and heal everything back, but it's also like the least threatening Tem in the late game. Oh, 1.1. It sucks. And also, I didn't think about it, but Hurricane actually puts me above the range for whatever. Oh, for Plasma Beam to get bully bonus on tempo. He knows the best way to play Gialis. Is this the best way to play Gialis? He OX'd on Volphy. Now that I haven't seen from him yet. Wow, okay. I haven't seen a drill impact Gialis in ages. Yeah, it doesn't quite take it out. Even without the nut bar, it wouldn't have quite done it. Getting Grandpa to eat all that mirroring damage is kind of nice, though. Because it was going to OX anyways. It may just be Lawali and Amphitheater left, but I don't think I'd rather have any other late game, if I'm being honest. Against a Volphy, of all things, yeah. Alright. We Sparks the Lawali. Hypoxia kills Tyrannek. We get Settling Boost. We then beat down the Adoro before it can take us both down. Because even if it ends up being like he kills one of my guys, I should still be fine. I could have plagued the Volphy, I guess. He doesn't have synergy or anything. It's not reactive Vile. I could do like Bright Beam, but honestly, it's not worth it. Oh my goodness, that's a squishy Adoro. That is a squishy Adoro. Oh, interesting. It's got coat. I hope this still takes it out. I want to say it will. Yeah. That's interesting. I don't think Coat's the play there, buddy. But thank you for running Coat. And now he just gets outsped and can't... Or he'll just die before he even gets to move. Yeah, I mean, setup does win against pure defense. I mean, but I actually had a little bit of scaling with Amphitheater. I thought that thing was going to live another turn. Nuts. GG. I don't even know where he went wrong exactly. I just don't think he had enough damage to take me down fast enough. Didn't seem like he had Meteorite on his Tyrannac, which hurt. And because if he had Meteorite, I think he could have knocked out at least one of my guys. Also, not really sure what the Gallus offers to that team, if I'm being honest. Like, it does... He seemed to have a pretty solid core. Maybe he just wanted a Crystal type and a Melee type since he didn't have one. Like, a Crystal type makes sense, some to resist Toxics. But I feel like you would almost want 2 Vine. I feel like you would want 2 Vine in that situation. Because then it can actually take down the Toxics that are kind of an issue for you. And it also resists wind, which is also kind of another issue for... I guess it's... I mean, yeah, I mean... How did I beat him? Grandpa. You guys saw how much damage it did? Like, the thing... the thing's like a cracked neutral. It does way too much damage. I mean, it doesn't really do that much damage. Like, it actually only got a 5% boost on Bully from the last patch. But it's very easy to meet the conditions of only one status effect. Not outclassed by any other Tems at all. No, like, it genuinely has been putting in work in most of my matches. Like, I don't think that it necessarily gets outclassed. I think it just depends on what you're looking for. Oh, likely. Please tell me this isn't you. Okay, good. It's just Balloon instead. Oh, yeah, no, that Drill Impact is definitely not a good plan. Like, Drill Impact has like 100 BP, Double Gash has 60, so technically you're actually doing more damage, but you're not having a stamina item, so you'd definitely rather have the stamina item. It was only turn 1 that it even matters. And there's only like one Tem in the entire game that fully counters Gialis' stabs, being Magma. And nobody runs Magma. Why would you ban Psypat? What does Psypat do? Alright, what's preventing me from running in OB Chromion lead? Crystals. You also don't mean that. Yeah, I know. But it's just like, I don't... I'm trying to understand the thought process behind it, is all. Oh, interesting. That's not what I would have guessed as his first pick. I don't know if this is optimal, but I can't just pick Grandpa because he's got Inky. There's no protection I can offer to Grandpa in this situation. And there's the Inky anyways. I wouldn't be surprised to just see a T-Strike Rotten Goo onto my Chromion. I wouldn't be surprised at all. I was trying to think, like, assuming I lose Chromie on turn 1, what's going to be the biggest issue? He's got 2 mentals and a melee left. Kinu will probably be an issue. Yeah, shoot, I wanted Amphitheater. He might be going after the Obi then, if he banned Amphitheater. Because that's my only other synergy on Chromion. Yeah. Okay. Ban Amphitheater because I banned Vola? No, it makes sense now. I didn't acknowledge the triple electric weakness he had there. Neither of my last 2 options are great, like, at all. This was the game I definitely wish I was blue side. Oh, he has marbles on Acronox. I can deal with Acronox later. That's good damage. Should put it in range to die to a plague. Yeah, no world I ever live a T-strike here. Not a max speed Inky. Is it a physical Inky? No, it's a special. Why would you not run max speed? Ah, I lived, but not after the toxic take. That's really unfortunate. Would have lived using Plasma Beam? Ugh, shoot, you're actually right. Nah, I would have died to DC Beam then, so it didn't matter anyways. But I would have lived that turn. I don't think it would have helped, though, if I'm being completely honest. He probably just leaves Inky in here and then just takes the... no, he doesn't. Safe to assume... No, it's not safe to assume that at all. He's got camo on Ukama, so he can actually wipe the drop. If he swaps out again. If he even has to. Dang, that's a bulky Ukama. He wanted the damage on Alfie. Fair enough. The power of hindsight. Luali, very valuable. Good against... It can probably finish off Inky. Auhi... Isn't gonna help much. Grandpa, also kind of valuable. But I also like to hold off on it. He can't water cannon Venom spread. I'm curious if this thing used aquatic whirlwind. It probably just used water cannon, right? He just doubles the OB. No, he used tsunami. Yeah, he probably will kill OB. That's not surprising at all. Nah, that wasn't really expected. Maybe he keeps expecting me to swap OB because it's kind of valuable against his backline. That's not what I was expecting him to do. Double swap. See, the thing is, I don't know how fast the OB is, or the Inky is. Speed arrow used in his favor. Was that Ventil and Grandpa, though, I want to guess? Okay. The speed tie was probably with Ventil and Grandpa, but the Tesla prison made him go slower. He could do something like beta burst his own Inky, but I doubt he'd do that. I want to hold on. Oh, I should have hurricaned. No, it didn't matter. It didn't matter. Alright, GG. He just doubles in on one of them here, and I lose. So Nicho plus Phantom Whiplash on Lawali, and I die. Dang it. Barely killed. I was hoping maybe it was a slow side pat. Everything else on his team was slower than I thought. It was a bulky-ish Ventil with double screen, but still spiritual. It was a not max speed Inky. That side pat's relatively bulky too. I wonder if it's still probably like a maybe a 280 invest. I don't know. So it seems like he misses all the max speed breakpoints. but gets enough bulk to survive. Because he had like 3 or 4 Tems that lived in the red. Like, that was so unfortunate. I just missed KOs on everything. And it's like, I can't invest more damage to beat that there. Why are we calling Psypat bulky for barely living a tornado from 65? Because it's a max special attack hand fan grandpa. Yeah, GG's though. That one was just too tough. You're gonna make me calc this. I'm wondering now, is it really that crazy or not? I'm not saying it's like super bulky, but it's definitely got some invest. I'm not even looking at his team. Go Chromion. Part of me wonders if how the game would have been different too if it was a, or if I got to pick. Maybe it was a squishy Psypat. I guess I do less damage than I thought. No. It's only 58% with a 0 HP Psypat. I really underestimate Psypat's bulk sometimes. And it wasn't statused either. Don't pick Volphy. Don't pick Volphy. Please don't pick Volphy. It's so bad for you here. It gains you nothing. That's a little bit better, but still kind of like, nah. Probably leaving Psypat here. I don't get a whole lot of use out of Psypat on this team, if I'm being honest. I don't find a whole lot of situations where it's just like, yes. Oh, I mean, Psypat and Auhi both are just kind of underwhelming. And Lawali is honestly a little slow. But it's like, I can't speed up Lawali without compromising its ability to live like a wastewater or a lava wave. You'd be like, why would you need to live that? Well, if you can live the strongest hit from, I think Amphitheater is going to be on the board a little while, so I'm going to spark it. If you can live the strongest hit from the hardest hitting 2x attack, then you know that you can live the hardest hitting move from 2 1x's. I think that's a special attack invested Gazuma again. Okay. Of all the games I choose to spark Amphitheater, I'm like, oh, I'm in front of a Saku and a Gazuma. I am just fine. Well, bite me. I was so ready to just have Amphitheater carry this game by getting like +4, and then even a Tesla Prison on Mashuk would do a whole lot of damage. Oh, that doesn't even kill. I'm actually going to lose Amphitheater here. That's so lame. That is horrible, honestly. I'm a little tilted there. Like, Sako has so many good moves, and Nox Bomb isn't one of them. You got Narco, Lifle Sap, Boomerang, Turbine, Frond Whip, Pedal Dagger. Oh, so those are 6 moves that you'd actually want to run. Yeah, this sucks. Gazuma's the thing that's preventing me from bringing in Grandpa. It's random glass cannon Gazuma. I now really wish this dude did lead with this. Well, no, yeah, I told him not to lead Saku Gazuma because I'm like, oh, Amphithere's gonna wreck you. No, I literally had my entire game plan around Amphitheer being able to win this game for me. Like, Golzy can't really hit it. Wolfie can hardly hit it. His options were extremely limited. I can't even swap roller now, even if I wanted to. And then the random 0-speed Wolfie. I'm not even gonna. It's just... Nox Bomb Saku. I mean, he's probably just trying it out, and he'll probably lose a couple matches with it later, and then he'll realize, oh wait, this sucks, and then he'll swap back. It's just unfortunate I matched up against him during one of the testing periods for that. Like, Nox Bomb doesn't even hit that hard. It barely did half to my Amphitheer at 2x. And I think that's a max attack Saku. I'll probably just play one more and then call it. Hopefully we can end off on a win. Sucks we kind of got demoted. Rising in the ranks is tough when you face stuff like that. He just gets offline afterwards. Yeah, because you lose so much from facing a gold. I remember back when Dojo Wars were a thing and people were really trying to win them because you would actually get like 1 million or 2 million per week from the dojos. And people would actually have like notes and just pay attention to everything that all the other players have. Like, you would face a guy on ladder and you'd take note of every single move. And people would just create team comps that had all the data on everyone's teams just so that you could have a better chance. Or I guess maybe it wasn't even just Dojo Wars, but also just in the Temtem CS. Especially the early days of Temtem CS. You still do that? Why? Do you guys actually play play matches in Dojo Wars? It feels like so much extra work for a dead game. The rewards for getting a dojo don't really matter, and there's no tournaments that matter either. Like, I understand taking a screenshot like during the tournament, but scouting or during the dojo war, Because you can just take a picture like, of someone's team and then their items at the end of a match, and like that's fair. Like I understand that. We still do that. But actually, like if you play on ladder and start taking notes of like whatever that dude's name was, CZ whatever has Nox Bomb on Isaku. Like I'm not trying to win ladder that hard. Like no. Or Chaotico with his drill Volcrane yesterday. Like I wasn't playing that on stream, but that was a crazy match. I think I only won because he forgot he had drill on his own Volcrane. Because like I got a lot of evasion on my team. I got Hologram, Bush, Bright Beam, and Ignis. So drill definitely causes issues for me. Gotta win the monthly 1v1 between Phoenix and Enigma. Fun part is that these guys change their teams every 2 days. Yeah, I mean, like, is that guy even in a club? I feel like that's another thing. It's just like there aren't a whole lot of active clubs. And the clubs that are active usually have maybe like 20-some people that play. And then the rest of the club is filled up with members that have been around so long that may come back someday that you don't want to just kick. Yeah, he's not even in a club. So it's just like, and then plus, what capacity do you have to like really train up new players? Because there's so much like coaching and like team providing and replay reviewing that you have to do to really get a new player up to speed on it. Most teams. If you beat them with a comp they don't like playing against, they start specifically adjusting to you. Definitely feels like that sometimes. Alright, got a match against Shrumpy. He's got Triple Fire, which is probably about the worst matchup we've seen all day. Triple Fire, and then a Toxic, and then Chimerian. So, unfortunately, this isn't looking great. Most active club in the game is like 4 players on ladder. If you're the most active this patch, yeah, that would... That's kind of tough. Glad to hear you guys are pretty active. I guess I didn't... I do see a lot of you guys around. Probably more than Enigma nowadays. But even then, it's still like one club isn't enough people around to really keep up. I'm going to do something a little goofy. I'm going to ban the Minotaur, and then we're going to pick Grandpa Saipat. Interesting. Owl, he's not the one I expected. I don't have any great options here. I'm kind of forced to ban Chimerian so that I can not be forced to pick Auhi, and so he can't ban Auhi. And then he might just ban it anyways. Yeah. Since he didn't pick Whiplump, which I'm actually surprised about, I think I'm actually going to pick Auhi because it'll be good to swap into this lead. The reason I picked this lead is because I have the option of using Toxic Ink into Hypoxia, and nothing he has wants to eat that at all. Problem is, I can't afford to take that much damage on side pat. Not that I want to take it on anyone else either, but like the only thing I have out here for is for this lead. So that's what we're doing. I can't put anything to sleep because he's got a probably Sentinel. Drakash. No Intimidator. Yeah, that's why I swapped instead of just going for the combo anyways. If it would have paid off, it would have been tempting, but it didn't. Sharp Leaf. Okay, good swap, good swap. Nothing wants to eat a special defense drop, and I shouldn't die to a single turbine. I'll even go for it'd be nice to get the speed boosts. Honestly, it would be really nice. He might just double in Grandpa here, actually. Grandpa's kind of valuable. Yeah, he doubled in. Alright. Well, or it's a slow L here. Could be either. No source rep, but that's fine. Good thing I didn't sleep. I did consider that play as well. I didn't know if he'd swap for sure, though. I got Phantom Whiplash up on Alhi, which will be nice against like Mashuk if I need it. Can swap for Saipat. Throw a Tesla Prison the Alhi's way. That way, if in case it swaps, I should be in good shape still. I should be able to kill it at this health. It seemed pretty squishy. And the only thing he has that really wants to eat that is maybe Tyrannac. Not in too bad a shape here. Hazrat? 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 No, it is Tyrannac. Okay. Nice. I bush up on Obi. Should be valuable. He's almost certainly going to swap into Mashuk and then Sharp Leaf. Knowing that, if he doesn't swap, I'm going to be very sad now. Okay, we got that prediction right. We are trapped, but that's honestly fine. That prediction might win us the game here. Get a Hurricane, make a bush. Yeah, I mean, Alhi comes in, whatever. This might even just kill it because it's -2 special defense, and the thing's got paper thin special defense anyways. And if it doesn't, it should be pretty darn close. Yeah. Smoldering Kiss just to save stam, but cover. Good play. He's only got 2 Tems left. That even potentially would want to come in. Or that Grandpa is, yeah. I really want Tyrannac down, but I kind of want to save Grandpa. I think it's important too. Basically gotta sack something. I can take a Fiery Soul on Grandpa pretty confidently. But a Fire Tornado, not so much. And there's also a decent chance he swaps into Hazrat and uses Hellfire. But my obvious swap is Auhi, and I don't know if he's got a second Earth move or not. I'm gonna make a crazy prediction and try and bring in my nature type into 2 fires. Oh, I did go for the Hellfire. Dang. I guess he didn't even need it. I was thinking he had to swap to Drakash for some odd reason. Couldn't even tell you why. Or to Hazrat. Okay. I don't know if Hypoxia kills the Tyrannac. I think I need it to, though. I wasn't confident he was swapping. I guess I could have covered anyways because I wasn't afraid of Lawali dying. I just wanted to make sure Saipat survived. But if Lawali didn't kill, or Saipat didn't kill, then I would have needed Lawali. No! Please have enough bulk invest that this doesn't kill. Yes! Wow, if he clicked Sharp Leaf, that would have been enough. I'm just gonna Hypoxia save Tornado. Mashuk doesn't have any priority options. Wow, 8 health. I mean, there's no world Mashuk ever lives, I don't think. And even if it does, it shouldn't matter. Yeah, it never lives. Not seized. Go for Venomous Claws. Luckily, that 7% isn't on both Tems. G. Yeah, I don't know if I would have had that if Saipat died. Because it would have been interesting. I would have had Auhi, and I had Phantom Whiplash up, so that would have hit hard. And I still had Grandpa for another hit. So it would have depended on what kind of Earth moves that the Drakash had. If it had, like, Mud Shower, then does Auhi survive? And I didn't have a whole lot of stamina to work with on Grandpa either, but I did have +2 speed. So maybe. I don't know, but... Whew. Crazy. We got it, though. GG. That's a good 10 matches in 3 hours of my time, so I'm probably going to call it. We got pretty quick matches towards the end, so I guess it's just better to queue at, like, lunchtime or supper time after EU's gone to bed. Wasn't expecting that. Ladder's safe again. Hey man, just remember you got drill on your Vulcan next time. No, gee, that match yesterday was pretty nuts. But yeah, so I'm gonna like leave the cave so these things don't keep spawning. But yeah, if anyone hasn't heard yet, or Saipat living with it lived with 8 HP. If you click sharply, if it would have been over. It would have been over. But you got greedy and went for the Lawali too. But I mean, I don't know why I didn't double into the Tyrannac. Because I was not afraid of the Drakash at all. And I figured you were swapping. So that was kind of a dumb play by me. So, alright. Alright, well, just to cover it again because it's kind of like the biggest thing going on, but if anyone hasn't heard yet, I am developing a game. It'll be like a grid-based monster battler with a focus on PvP. Probably going to be a mobile game, but I'm going to try and have it on Steam as well. Basically, like, just starting in development, so it's not going to be a thing that happens for like 2 years. But I'm posting weekly updates with a new monster design every week and keeping everyone updated. If you're interested and want to support me, best way is probably just to be there and spread the word. It'll be coming eventually. But if you want to join my Discord, you can just check out the Twitch, my Twitch page, and there should be a link to it there. Otherwise, also should be in the YouTube description as well if you like checking there. Anything else? Probably won't stream again till like at least next week. But if I've been trying to get in the Just Play tournaments and stuff, and just recording those and putting those on YouTube instead of streaming, just to kind of take breaks from coding all the time, because constantly learning stuff from zero and coding just takes a lot of brain power. But yeah, that's gonna be all. So thank you all so much. Let me check if there's anyone to raid real quick. I should be doing like raids more often. I only stream once in a while anyways. Looks like B Flatten's streaming, so we'll just head over there. He's playing Baldur's Gate 3. I think he's pretty late into the game, but sure he's got something. If anyone else wants to check that out. So, yeah, that's going to be it. Maybe just pop over to B Flat and say hi, and that's going to be all for me today. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.